Seedance 2.5 is here, and it's easily the biggest jump that we've had in the AI animation space for a long time. Because on top of having film-grade animation quality, we can finally generate clips that are up to 30 seconds long, which makes the entire process of creating long AI animations a lot easier. And to actually put this into perspective, here's a full animated short that was created entirely using Seedance 2.5.
What did I just wake up? You have got to be kidding me. How are you here?
You thought I'd leave you out here alone?
Now here's the thing. Up until now, creating long AI animations was incredibly difficult. Characters never stayed consistent, the environments kept on changing, and we couldn't really tell a real story past 15 seconds. But now, Seedance 2.5 has completely solved this, which is why in this video, I'll be breaking down everything that's new with Seedance 2.5, along with the exact workflow on how to use it to create long AI animations, so that by the end, you'll be able to create long AI animations on your own, without burning through thousands of credits on expensive generations. Now let's get into it. We'll be using Higgsfield AI for all of the generations in this video. It's an all-in-one AI platform that gives us access to all of the latest models like Seedance 2.5 in one place. And if you want to try it out, I'll leave the link to it in the description, along with all the prompts and a custom Claude skill that I made specifically for this workflow. Now the reason why creating long AI animations was always so difficult comes down to a few specific problems. And the first one is the clip length itself. Because as you already know, our clips used to cap out at around 15 seconds. So we had to generate a bunch of short clips and stitch them all together, which was honestly really painful. But with the increased clip length in Seedance 2.5, this process has become significantly easier. And on top of that, it also comes with this new video extension feature, which is easily the biggest upgrade that we've received so far, because it allows us to take any clip that we've already generated and extend it all the way up to 180 seconds. So instead of generating a brand new clip every time, we can just continue the one that we already have. And this solves one of the biggest issues with long AI animations, which is consistency, because the model now has full context of what the previous scene looked like, so it can carry the same specific feel and motion into the rest of our scenes. This also means that we don't need to stitch our clips together manually anymore, since our entire animation can come out as a single generation. Another big change is the number of references that we can now upload. Previously, we could only feed in a limited amount of visual references per generation, which meant that the model had to make so many creative decisions on its own. And that's exactly why we got inconsistent results. But with Seedance 2.5, we can now upload up to 50 references for a single video, giving the model a lot more context to work with. It also has much better prompt adherence than any other tool, making it the best model for AI animation right now. And to get the absolute best out of it, I'll also be sharing a few prompting techniques later in this video that were built specifically around Seedance 2.5. But here's the thing, even with all of these changes, the rules of AI animation still remain the same, because we still need to plan out our story and lock in our characters before we generate a single shot. And for that, we'll head over to Claude and give it a rough idea about the animation that we're trying to create. We want a 60-second animated short with a full story arc, real stakes, and a big action sequence with plenty of motion in it. The story needs to follow one main character throughout, along with a single side character that supports the story without taking it over. And after finalizing everything, our story is now ready. After this, we just need to generate the character reference sheets for each of them so that our characters can stay consistent throughout the video. We'll need 3 of them in total, so we'll head over to Higgsfield, select GPT Image 2 as our model, and paste in our prompt. We want a full reference sheet with a front, side, and back view of our main character, which is a 19-year-old girl with auburn hair and a charcoal utility vest in a semi-realistic 3D style. And this is what we got. Now we'll repeat the exact same process for the other two characters, and just like that, we have full reference sheets for all three characters. After this, we'll move on to the next step, which is actually generating the environment that our characters will live in. So we'll follow the exact same process, but with our environment prompt this time. We want a wide shot of an open meadow on a floating island full of wildflowers with a rocky cliff on one side and a large stone arch on the other, all in the same semi-realistic 3D style. This works perfectly for our environment. And from here, we'll create a couple more environment references that we might need later on. And now we have full reference sheets for everything. Now the thing is that our reference sheets can help us keep everything consistent, but they're really just the foundation. Because at the end of the day, the actual quality of every clip still comes down to how well we prompt. And there are a few specific techniques that I like to use for this, starting with the structure of the prompt itself. For this, I like to use a simple 6-point framework, which is subject, action, environment, camera, style, and constraints. For example, here's a typical prompt that does not follow this structure. And here's that same idea written using the 6-point framework. This gives the AI model a much clearer idea about what to generate. Another great technique that I like to use here is timeline prompting. And this becomes even more important with Seedance 2.5 because of the increased clip length. So instead of cramming all of the actions inside the clip into one big description, we break it down second by second. And thanks to Seedance's powerful multi-shot feature, the outputs are surprisingly good. But no matter which technique we use, there are a few rules that we should always follow. Our prompts should never be shorter than 20 words, because that doesn't give the model enough context to work with, which can lead to inconsistent results. We never want to go above 260 words either, because most of the time, AI models only process the first few hundred words of our prompt and then skip everything after that. And one last thing that makes a big difference is setting our shot structure up front. So the number of shots, the total duration, and the aspect ratio all go right at the top, which gives the model a full blueprint before it even gets to the details. And writing all of this out manually for every single shot can be very frustrating, which is exactly why I created a Claude skill that can generate Seedance-ready prompts for us. All we have to do is describe our scene in plain English, and it builds out a fully structured prompt with the timeline blocks and the shot structure already in place. But the best way to see how much of a difference this makes is to put these techniques to the test and start generating our clips using them. And generating our clips with Seedance 2.5 works a little differently from the other tools, mainly because of the new changes. So because of this, we have to adjust our approach and lean a lot more on visual anchors for every shot, rather than relying only on our text prompts, which means that we still need to create the starting and reference frames for each of our clips. So we'll head back to Higgsfield, select GPT Image 2, upload all of our reference sheets, and paste in our prompt. We want an overhead shot of our main character lying back in the wildflowers, with butterflies drifting around her in the warm afternoon light. This is perfect for our starting frame. From here, we'll generate a few more keyframes that cover the rest of our shots. And just like that, we've got everything that we need to start animating our clips. So we'll head over to the video section, select Seedance 2.5, upload all of our keyframes along with the reference sheets, and paste in our prompt. We want a 20-second clip that opens on our character lying in the meadow before she gets up and starts happily leaping across it until the ground breaks open beside her and a massive stone creature rises out of it. And here's the result. Okay, this looks impressive. The animations look incredibly smooth, the ground break has real weight behind it, and the creature emerges exactly the way we described it. Now our next shot is actually just a continuation of this one. So instead of generating a brand new clip, we'll use the extend feature that we talked about earlier. All we have to do is click on extend and paste in the prompt for whatever we want to happen next. We want her to charge in and throw everything she has at the creature before it knocks her back and sends her running across the meadow until there's nowhere left to go but the edge of the island. The extension looks surprisingly clean. Both clips blend into each other so well that the whole thing feels like one continuous shot, and even the quality looks amazing. Now we'll follow the same process for our final clip. And with that, our animation is now ready. We can even take this a step further by adding in a few transitions and effects inside a video editor like Premiere Pro or CapCut. But that's totally optional since our clips already flow into each other naturally. And honestly, the biggest reason this workflow has become so much simpler is that everything lives inside Higgsfield. So we never have to set up 5 different tools just to put together one video. So remember, if you want to try it out yourself, the link to Higgsfield is in the description below. And now you know exactly how to create long AI animations from scratch. But here's the thing, during our full workflow, we still had to manually prompt each video and wait for each generation, which can take up a lot of time. That's why I've created a video on how to automate this entire process using Claude, where we don't even have to write or paste in a single prompt. Just click the video on screen now if you're interested.